What happens if a supervolcano blows up? If a supervolcano were to erupt, the consequences could be catastrophic for the surrounding area and the entire world. Such an eruption could release vast amounts of ash, rock, and lava that could cover thousands of square miles and cause widespread destructions and death. The ash and debris could also block out the sun, leading to a cooling of the planet and potentially affecting global weather patterns. Additionally, the release of large amounts of gases such as sulfur dioxide could lead to air pollution and acid rain. The aftermath of a supervolcano eruption could have long-lasting effects on the environment and human society. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will explore the process and triggers of a supervolcano eruption, including the buildup of magma, crustal strain, magma chamber expansion, and the potential triggers for such an event. But first, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and enable the notification bell so you can see more interesting videos like this. With that said, then let's begin. A supervolcano eruption is a rare and catastrophic event that has the potentials to impact the environment, climate, and human civilizations in significant ways. The term supervolcano refers to a volcanic system with the potentials to produce a volcanic eruptions of magnitude 8 on the Volcano Explosivity Index, meaning it could release at least 1,000 cubic kilometers of ash and other volcanic debris into the atmosphere. These eruptions are much more powerful and destructive than regular volcanic eruptions and can have far-reaching and long-lasting impacts. Let's look into some subtopics that would fit perfectly into our topic of discussion. Number 1. The history and geology of supervolcano eruptions. The history of supervolcano eruptions goes back millions of years, with the most recent eruptions occurring in the last few 100,000 years. Supervolcanoes are defined as volcanoes that have the potentials to produce extremely large and destructive eruptions. The geology of supervolcanoes is complex and is related to the underlying tectonic and volcanic processes that drive volcanic eruptions. Supervolcanoes are typically formed in areas where the Earth's tectonic plates interact, creating conditions for large-scale magma buildup and eventual eruptions. The most famous examples of a supervolcano is the Yellowstone caldera in Wyoming, USA, which last erupted approximately 630,000 years ago. Other examples of supervolcanoes include the Long Valley caldera in California, USA, and the Toba caldera in Sumatra, Indonesia. Supervolcano eruptions are among the largest and most destructive geological events on Earth, with the potentials to release massive amounts of ash, gas, and other volcanic particles into the atmosphere. These eruptions can have significant impacts on the global climate, leading to cooling and other environmental effects, as well as potentially causing widespread destructions and loss of life. Despite the potentials for destructive supervolcano eruptions, scientists believe that such events are relatively rare, occurring only once every few 100,000 years. Ongoing research and monitoring of supervolcanoes are important to better understand their behavior and to prepare for potential future eruptions. Number 2. Type of supervolcanoes and their locations. There are several types of supervolcanoes, including caldera-type supervolcanoes. These are characterized by a large volcanic crater typically formed by the collapse of a volcanic cone after a massive eruption. Examples include Yellowstone in the United States and Lake Toba in Indonesia. Shield-type supervolcanoes. These are characterized by gently sloping sides and a broad flat top. They are formed from repeated eruptions over a long time and are typically found in hotspot volcanic regions such as Hawaii. Dome-type supervolcanoes. These are characterized by a large dome-shaped mountain formed from repeated eruptions of viscous lava. They are found in regions with active volcanic activity such as Italy's Campi Flegrei. Supervolcanoes are found in various locations around the world, including the United States, Italy, Japan, Indonesia, and Long Valley in California. Some of the largest known supervolcanoes include Yellowstone in the United States, Campi Flegrei in Italy, and Long Valley in California. Number 3. The process and triggers of a supervolcano eruption. A supervolcano eruption is a massive explosive volcanic event that can release huge amounts of ash, gas, and volcanic debris into the atmosphere. The process of a supervolcano eruption can be complex, involving several different geological and physical processes, and can be triggered by a variety of factors. Magma buildup. The first step in the process of a supervolcano eruption is the buildup of magma, a molten rock material within the Earth's crust. Over time, the magma can accumulate and increase in volume, building up pressure within the magma chamber. crustal strain. As the magma continues to accumulate and build up pressure, it can cause the Earth's crust to deform and strain, leading to the formations of cracks and fissures. Magma chamber expansion. As the magma chamber expands, the pressure within the chamber can increase further, leading to the expansions of the magma chamber and the uplift of the Earth's surface. Volcano eruptions. The increased pressure within the magma chamber can trigger volcanic eruptions, releasing ash, gas, and volcanic debris into the atmosphere. Supervolcano eruptions can be much larger and more explosive than regular volcanic eruptions, releasing massive amounts of ash and gas into the atmosphere. Triggers. The trigger for a supervolcano eruptions can be caused by a variety of factors, including changes in the magma compositions, tectonic activity, and changes in the Earth's crust. The exact trigger of a supervolcano eruptions is not well understood and is the subject of ongoing research and study. The process of a supervolcano eruptions is complex and involves several different geological and physical processes, with the exact trigger for such an event still not well understood. The buildup of magma and the accumulations of pressure within the magma chamber can lead to volcanic eruptions and the release of ash, gas, and volcanic debris into the atmosphere. Number 4. The potential impact of a supervolcano eruptions on the environment and climate. A supervolcano eruptions has the potentials to cause a significant impact on the environment and climate. A supervolcano eruptions can have a significant impact on the local ecosystem, affecting plants, animals, and aquatic life. The release of large amounts of sulfur dioxide can cause air pollution and acid rain, which can affect agriculture and food supplies. And eruptions can also contribute to the destruction of the ozone layer, increasing harmful ultraviolet radiation that reaches the surface of the planet. These impacts can have far-reaching and long-lasting consequences for the environment and climate, and the full extent of the impact may not be fully understood for many years after the eruption. Number 5. The impact of a supervolcano eruptions on human societies and infrastructure. A supervolcano eruptions can have devastating impacts on human societies and infrastructure. A supervolcano eruptions has the potentials to cause significant loss of life and damage to infrastructure. Large-scale evacuations of the affected area may be necessary, putting a tremendous strain on resources and infrastructure. The destruction of infrastructure and disruptions of transportation and communication networks can have a significant impact on the economy. The impacts of a supervolcano eruptions on human societies and infrastructure can be far-reaching and long-lasting, and the full extent of the impact may not be fully understood for many years after the eruption. Number 6. The possibility of predicting and preparing for a supervolcano eruption. Predicting and preparing for a supervolcano eruptions is a challenging task due to the size and scale of such eruptions. However, several steps can be taken to help reduce the potential impact. In the event of an eruption of a supervolcano, several key steps can be taken to prepare for and reduce the impact of such an event. Developing early warning systems can help provide early warning of an impending eruption, allowing more time for evacuations and other response efforts. Also, raising public awareness and educating the public about the potential impact of a supervolcano eruptions and the steps that can be taken to prepare and reduce the impact can help to ensure that people are prepared in the event of an eruption. While predicting and preparing for a supervolcano eruptions is a challenging task, ongoing research and monitoring, as well as effective emergency planning and preparations, can help to reduce the potential impact and protect communities and infrastructure. Number 7. The role of a volcanic ash in affecting global climate. Volcanic ash can play a significant role in affecting the global climate. When a volcanic eruption occurs, it releases large amounts of ash and other particles into the atmosphere. Volcanic eruptions can have both a cooling and warming effect on the global climate depending on various factors such as the size and frequency of the eruptions. Some volcanic eruptions also release large amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, which can contribute to global warming. This can lead to air pollution and acid rain and destroy the ozone layer. Overall, the role of volcanic ash in affecting global climate is complex and not fully understood. However, it is clear that volcanic eruptions can have significant impacts on the environment and climate, and that ongoing research and monitoring are necessary to better understand these impacts and to reduce their potential impact on communities and infrastructure. Number 8. The long-term consequences of a supervolcano eruptions on the environment and human civilizations. The long-term consequences of a supervolcano eruptions on the environment and human civilizations can be catastrophic and far-reaching. As supervolcano eruptions can release massive amount of ash and gas into the atmosphere, leading to cooling and changes in the Earth's climate. This can have devastating effects on global agriculture, potentially leading to widespread famine and economic disruption. It can also lead to other volcanic hazards such as lava flows, pyroclastic flows, and ash clouds, which can cause damage to infrastructure and loss of life. In short, the long-term consequences of a supervolcano eruptions can be devastating and far-reaching, potentially affecting the environment, climate, and human civilizations for decades or even centuries. It is important to continue monitoring and researching supervolcanoes to better understand their behavior and to be prepared for future potential eruptions. Number 9. The response and recovery efforts after a supervolcano eruption. A supervolcano eruptions is a catastrophic event that can have wide-reaching and long-term impacts on the environment, climate, and human civilizations. In the event of a supervolcano eruptions, emergency response and rebuilding and recovery efforts are likely to be key priorities. Recovery efforts would focus on repairing and rebuilding infrastructure, restoring essential services such as power, water, and communication, and supporting the affected communities as they recover from the disaster. Climate mitigation efforts could focus on reducing the impacts of the eruptions on the environment. The response and recovery efforts after a supervolcano eruptions would require a coordinated and multidisciplinary approach involving multiple organizations and sectors, and likely requiring significant investments and resources over a prolonged period. In conclusion, a supervolcano eruptions is a catastrophic event with the potentials to impact the environment, climate, and human civilizations in significant ways. While the likelihood of such an event is low, it is important to continue monitoring and researching supervolcanoes to better understand their behavior and to prepare for potential future eruptions. With that being stated, we have concluded today's video. Thank you for sticking with us through it. I hope this video has helped provide a better understanding of supervolcano eruptions and their potential impacts. If it has, hit the like button and the subscription button and turn on the notification bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded from our channel. Thank you and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.